Hi, I'm Balan Madhavan. In this tutorial today, I'm going to discuss something very important with you. It doesn't matter whether you carry the most expensive DSLR camera or just you're shooting your picture on your basic mobile phone. Unless you know how to frame your picture, the value of the camera will not work. Because photography is an art form. It is not a science. The science of photography is there to help you achieve the art the way you wanted it. Every time you want to make a picture, you look through the viewfinder and suddenly you feel, okay, this is the picture I want to make. Which means that the picture is already created in your mind here. And the camera is nothing but a tool. Why I'm telling you is that the most important area that you need to master is the art of composition. What is composition? Composition is nothing but an arrangement of the different elements within the frame. Always think about the photographic frame before you click. We all know that most of the cameras have a rectangular, horizontal format. Only when you turn your camera the other way, it becomes a vertical. But eventually, except for very few high-end cameras, most of the cameras and maybe even the phones give you a horizontal, rectangular frame. So this is your frame, right? And whatever you want to tell the world has to be there. And anything outside the frame, nobody want to know what it is. The frame begins at the left side and frame ends at the right side. That's it. That's your photographic frame. But within this rectangle or a square, how you place your subject is the challenge every photographer every day faces. This is where the creativity of the photographer comes in. Quite often we wonder, wow, what a beautiful way he has placed the subject. It happens because of the thought process of the artist. There are multiple composition rules. Even though I use the word rule, these are only theories or concepts that can be applied on your photographic creation. There are rule of thirds, there's tight compositions are there, multiple ways, leading lines are there, using triangles within the picture. All these concepts are there only to make your picture work. So today I'm going to talk about an interesting composition concept. It is called a frame within a frame. So what is a frame within a frame? I'll give a simple example. Just imagine you went to Dubai. And on the second day, you went to see the world's biggest, tallest building. Obviously, the Burj Khalifa. It's a very tall building. Suppose you're standing at the bottom of the building and pointing your camera upwards. What will happen? You will have, because of the size of the building, the magnitude of the building, if you want to cover the whole thing, obviously you have to use a wide-angle lens. And when you use a wide-angle lens, the building will appear as a tiny one in your picture. Because if you want to cover the whole building in one frame, that is what's going to happen. So, in your photographic frame, I can comfortably say that 90% of the photographic frame is a wasted area. Because the Burj Khalifa will fill only 10% of your frame if you want to cover the whole building in one picture. So 90% of the area is getting wasted. So how do we prevent that? That is where we can use a concept called a frame within a frame. If you can just walk around, you will find some other building with an arch roof or some form of a roof, if you can move inside that building so that the wasted area is covered with some interesting elements. Like the picture I'm just showing you. See, the Burj Khalifa is there in the middle, but it is taken through the arches of another building. So, no area is wasted. So, this principle can be applied many a time in your photography if you feel that too much of empty space is there around the subject you want to cover. Always find a roof, always find even a branch of a tree can hide a wasted area. So this is a very important composition rule, and I'm showing a few examples here. Look at each of these examples. In each of these examples, it has got Qutub Minar, even the Qutub Minar, which is one of the tallest building in India, tallest monuments in India. If you try to make a picture like that, you will end up with a lot of wasted area. But shooting through an arch of a gateway, which is hardly about 20 feet high, but this 20 feet high arch is actually going above the Qutub Minar. That is possible by choosing your angle and applying this frame within a frame concept. I hope you will practice this. Next time when you come across a situation where you feel that, okay, there is too much of empty space in my photograph, try to apply this rule so that it rescues your photograph. Okay, thank you.